Hello and welcome to your Springfield Art Show. I'm Christina Steelman from the Springfield Area Arts Council, and we are here today in this lovely setting and very special. You know, it's been winter for so long, it's so great to be here. We are at the Washington Park Botanical Garden in one of the greenhouses, and I am with two of the folks here from the Botanical Gardens. I'm with Jenny Billiard, and you are the Visitor Services Clerk.
Yes, I am.
And Alexa Bryan Potts, and you're the Program Coordinator.
That's right.
Welcome, so glad to have you here today.
Thanks.
This is lovely. Why is this special, where we are right now?
Visitors aren't allowed in here usually. This is where we use a lot of our chemicals, and we maintain any problems that plants are having. So sometimes this becomes our little hospital ward and whatnot. But we also start our seeds in here, and it's a delicate space to be in.
And what we have behind us here is going to be somewhere else very soon. What's going on with all of these lovely Easter lilies?
Well, we have an Easter lily show coming up. It starts March 28th, so the next couple weeks we're going to be setting up for it in our exhibit hall. And basically we've grown these bulbs since November or December. Or
We get them in months before, so.
Right, so we've been taking care of them since then, and we're just going to put them in there and put some other plants amongst them, like some bright, colorful spring plants and things like that. Usually we have a place to set up for people can take pictures, like family portraits and things like that too. So
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Now the botanical gardens themselves are rather large, and it's your job to make sure visitors get the fullest experience. And I know that not only what goes on outside, but what happens inside in your conservatory and what you're doing in here and the classes you offer all make up for a very rich experience. Can you talk about some of the special programs that you have?
Oh, we do. We try and we are an educational facility, and technically we're a living museum. So our collections are our plants. So we're a teaching area. We thrive to educate from 3-year-old to an adult, and we tend to have programs, whether it be our upcoming amateur photo contest that's coming, where you can take pictures of Washington Park, the 150 acres, and display them in our exhibit hall, and it's a contest. We also have, we do our programs, our upcoming programs for children. We do have our summer camps coming up, and we get fun with, we get the kids in there with dirt, and we have crafts that we do, and they get to pot up their own plants and learn a little bit about getting their green thumbs going, and it's a fun atmosphere. So.
Absolutely wonderful. Well, it's a beautiful facility, but this, of course, is an art show, and we are here not just to talk about plants, but talk about the ways that you've incorporated a variety of art forms into what you do here. Now, you mentioned the upcoming amateur photography contest. What are some of the other things that you do related to the arts here at Washington Park Botanical Gardens?
Well, we have, as I mentioned, every time we do an educational program, I try and have something hands-on for the kids to do. Recently, we do a weekend program that meets once a month, and even though we strive to push the botanical aspect and the horticulture, we also try and have some type of fun art craft for them to do, and it might have a more botanical theme to it, but it's something fun and getting their hands in, and maybe we've got paints and we've got different types of mediums that we work with, but we always try and have some other thing besides plants for them.
Certainly the doing, I think, would cement the experience, I think, once you get your hands in there and you have something you can take home with you to remember. It's just a great way to cement your experience here and remember what you've learned. Jenny, in a little while, we're going to be interviewing someone who has an art show here. Okay. Is that something that you typically do? And this particular display is in the conservatory.
right.
What other things have you done in terms of putting an artist in kind of on display here in an exhibit?
Well, this is only the second one that we've done, well, since I've been here anyways, which is about 2.5 years, but we did one last summer, and it was a wire artist, and he had some things in the conservatory, like smaller things, but a lot of his things were a lot larger, and they were able to be put in the gardens outside. They had like a concrete base, so they were pretty, semi-permanent for the purpose and weather resistant and things like that. So we're really happy to have things like that here, because people come here Like, I pretty much talk to everyone that comes in the doors and makes them feel welcome and gives them a map and shows them around. And when people come in from out of town, they come a ways, and yeah, they're here to see the plants, but if they see something supplemental to the plants, like a piece of art or something like that, it's always nice for, you know, people to see something different. And it's like Ed Martin's art that's in the conservatory now. It's winter time, it's kind of blah outside, and the colors that are in there like really brighten it up, and people come in there for the warmth of the conservatory, to see something green and to see something else, like another color besides that, is really positive experience for the visitor, I think.
Wonderful, fantastic. Well, walk us through a good, full experience for a visitor. Perhaps you can do that for us. If you're coming from out of town and you're going to visit the conservatory, what are the must-sees here?
Well, as Jenny mentioned, the first thing I think that people just have a sigh of relief is they come in from a wintry atmosphere outside where it's cold and dreary, and they come in and they can see, you know, color and warmth and things in bloom, and it's friendly, and there are birds chirping in our conservatory, and it's just kind of an odd thing located within our large Washington Park. So that's one thing that I think it's an environmental change when they walk through our doors, and temperature too, because you know, you walk in and you could wear shorts in some of our facilities. So it's a nice change in that aspect.
I think in the spring too, one of the highlights is when you first get here in the parking lot, the tulips that we have that are going to be blooming, and they're going to be all kinds of different colors this year, and there's a fountain right there. I don't know if it'll be going while the tulips are blooming, but that's like a bright burst of color when you first get here. You know,
the water features are always nice too.
Yeah.
You know, as you know, that's a different aspect of the art. You know, with just that sound, we have water that goes in our conservatory, and the tranquility of that aspect. And then we have, you know, located throughout our grounds, we have several different fountains that have different ways that they shoot their water. I don't know how to
and
describe
enhance the garden.
Exactly, which is much more inviting.
And certainly the grounds here are very, they're rolling, they're very attractive, so I would think, of course, in the spring and summer and fall, probably the peak of the experience, but certainly not to be missed, even in winter, just strolling through the trails and walking through what will be amazing, and seeing the local wildlife, squirrels and what have you. It's just a great place to be.
Coyote the other day.
Really?
So. Deer, we see deer all the time.
Yeah, sure.
And all the local dog walkers that we see every day, we really get to know them too, just enjoying everything. And
wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, it's been fascinating to find out a little bit how the arts may relate to the botanical portion of what you do here, and how they might intensify the experience. If people wanted to know a little bit more about the Botanical Gardens, how could they go about finding out information?
Well, they can just give us a call here at the garden. It's 753-6228. And we're open from noon until 4, Monday through Friday, and from noon until 5 on the weekends. But we're here in the morning, too, so you can call anytime.
Well, another great way to find out a little bit more about us and what we offer, too, is that on our website, which is the Springfield Park District's website, springfieldparks.org. Am I right on that, Jen?
Yep.
Yeah, I want to make sure. We have a link, and it shows all the programs we have available here.
Wonderful. Well, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you letting us into this secret area and getting a little preview of what will be very shortly. Thank you so much,
well, thanks
both of you.
for coming in. We're glad to have you guys and show the community.
And we'll be right back.